are aiming to keep their momentum going by getting their third straight victory. Big champions, right? Let's go through the teams. Tight head Ryan McMahon scored twice here in the opening home fixture. Heading with it against Row is solid with Paddy Dowling, Ronan O'Sullivan and Will MacDonald. Chris O'Connor and David Wilkinson continue as the halfbacks. The centres are made up of Justin Leonard and Jaden Beckett. Joe White, Andre Ryan and Morgan Meredith complete the backline. Andy Wood brings with him a team loaded with quality. The front five a scary sight. Old reliable Ivan Soroka, Dylan Donnellan and Ben Griffin in the front row, with Fionn Gilbert and Jim Peters behind them. A back row of brute strength includes Paul Deeney, Aaron Coleman and Jordan Coughlin. Sam Owens and Connor Kelly lead the back line. Watch out for centres Tyke Byrne and Connor Fahey. Peter Maher, Alex and Dylan O'Grady are the back three. A proper AIL classic feel to this today. First Dublin derby of the season here in Ollie Campbell Park. The 1A champions Clontarf visiting last season's 1B champions. A proper clash. And there's legends all over the place. Conor O'Wendy has been spotted. Former Old Belvedere captain. Making the journey back from London to be here today. And of course, a lot of players that play for Clontarf have been educated in Belvedere College, which has an affinity to this rugby club. A big crowd building, a busy pre-match lunch. Over 150 people, I was told. And a good win for Belvedere J1s just before this game. 37-24 the score there. Can the firsts back it up with a win of their own? Or will the champions Clontarf leave Ollie Campbell Park with the points? Where would you rather be on this Saturday afternoon? AIL Rugby. The Northsiders against the Southsiders. All sorts of difficulties around travel today. No darts operating, of course. But the Clontarf fans still here to support the Bulls. Today's referee is Sam Holt. Both teams 2 wins from 3 games. Old Belvedere being beaten by St. Mary's in the last round. Clontarf losing to St. Mary's in the opening round. St. Mary's flying high at the top of the 1A table at the moment. Playing UCD today. And here come Belvo. Well, there's Clontarf to the left of your screen and Belvedere to the right of your screen, being led out by their captain, Callum Dowling. And we're going to observe a minute of silence here now for Martin Murray, who sadly passed away during the week. All our thoughts and prayers are with his family at this sad time. Once again, we're thinking of Martin's family. And he'd love to see a Clontarf victory today. And it will be Conor Kelly that will get us underway. To the left of our screen. Sam Holt. Looking for a new ball. Belvedere kick one across to him. And this is a huge crowd, a huge occasion. AIL rugby at its finest. Clontarf versus Old Belvedere. The clash of the champions. Who will come out on top? Just waiting for Holt to give his word. And Conor Kelly gets us underway. Taken in by Belvedere. Paddy Dowling. Chris O'Connor getting his pillars in place. Goes for the box kick. Good chase. O'Grady underneath it. But Belvedere have it back. Eddie Reese, the former Tarf man, bulling through the middle. O'Connor goes back to the boot. O'Grady watches it. Does well to his winger, Maher. Maher searing through. Looking for support. Brings them just to the edge of the 22, the winger. They go left. Here's Donnellan, the captain. Captain fantastic for Clontarf. Fionn Gilbert. They stay down this left side. Maher again. Got that initial break. Here's Aaron Coleman. Went to Belvedere College. Donnellan spots a gap. Penalty advantage now to Clontarf. Gilbert. But they're going to take the penalty. And a good start. But it all came from that break from Peter Maher. Kelly going down the line. And Dylan Donnellan will be licking his lips. He loves these sort of scenarios. He's looking for a new ball. Another one kicked on. Can Clontarf get an early score? Coughlin. Here comes the maul. Dylan Donnellan latches on the back. Donnellan going around. Belvedere do well. And they put him into touch, and that's a great defensive set from Old Belvedere. But they're still in a bit of bother. They need to get out of here. And it's Colin Dowling's turn to throw the ball in. Dowling does well at the line out. One or two phases and away will be the plan for Belvedere. O'Connor assumes his position. Doesn't get much on that. Clontarf will be happy enough. Second time lucky. Donnellan getting his instructions. Gilbert at the top of the tree. But crossing, and Belvedere get a relieving penalty. And a chance for David Wilkinson to clear their lines. The first Dublin derby here in Ollie Campbell Park in 1A for over 8 years. They have Lansdowne in 3 weeks. Then they've got UCD, then they've got Terenure here. So loads of Dublin derbies to come. Messi at the line out, and it's a knock on. Coleman. Here comes the counter attack. Bird. Kelly switches the angle. Clontarf putting on all the early pressure at the moment. Belvedere having to defend. And another penalty advantage. Owens tries to squeeze through the gap. Kelly dinks one. But they'll come back for the penalty. Straight out in front. A straightforward 3 for Conor Kelly if he fancies it. And that's what he's going to do. He was the top point scorer in the AIL last season with 202 points, Conor Kelly. Can he open Clontarf's account here today? Kelly gives Clontarf an early lead, 3-0 the score. But considering all the pressure that Belvedere were under in that first 5 minutes, 3 points doesn't seem like the worst outcome. But they need to try and grow into this game, Belvedere. It's been one-way traffic so far. Wilkinson gets us back underway. Gilbert underneath that one. Owens looks for a touch. Meredith does well. Wilkinson to Leonard, steps, makes a bit of ground. Belvedere go out the back door. Here's Jaden Beckett. The powerhouse goes steaming through, out the back door to O'Sullivan, and Morgan Meredith teases the offload, and Morgan Meredith, has he scored the try? The referee, Sam Holt, isn't sure. But that was champagne rugby from old Belvedere. Jaden Beckett through the middle. And deliberation. Try or no try, we don't have a TMO here in Ollie Campbell Park. So what the referee says is final. It's a penalty. Not a penalty try. Callum Dowling. They're just going to play here. Up close and personal. Dowling nearly there. Switch to Ryan McMahon and his 3rd try of the season. Ryan McMahon, the bulldozer, scores again in Ollie Campbell Park. But it all came from that Jaden Beckett break. Ryan McMahon got 2 on his 50th cap against Ballynahinch a few weeks back, and he gets another try here today. And that's the response Belvedere would have wanted. Tight to the touchline here for Wilkinson. A tough ask. For the S side. But Wilkinson steps up and he adds the extras. 7-3 the score. And I reckon we could be in for a high-scoring affair here today in Ollie Campbell Park. Their first entry into Clontarf territory, and Belvedere score. O'Connor getting organised. You know what's coming. Hanging in the air. Belvedere do well to slap that one back. And it's going to be a put into the scrum for Chris O'Connor. And AIL legends aplenty. Matt Darcy walking up the stairs. One of the greatest players to ever grace the AIL. Himself and his brother Adrian, AIL legends. Both instrumental in Clontarf winning that AIL title in 2022. All the numbers to the right here for Belvedere. Wilkinson to Beckett. Leonard and Belvedere. They're purring at the moment. Full of energy. Playing expansive rugby. Here's McMahon. Get out of the way, he says. Here's Will MacDonald. Doesn't make much ground. Eddie Reese. Clontarf say they're over that one, but referee Sam Holt says, no, lads. Here's Paddy Dowling. He's well dealt with. Beckett looking so dangerous in the early go in the centre. Dowling. Leonard. Ryan McMahon had to go behind him to get that one. O'Sullivan, the new man in Belvedere colours this season. Wilkinson says enough is enough. Dinks it in behind. And Beckett is there. And out the back door. Oh, that's lovely rugby. That is razzle-dazzle rugby at its finest. But as I say that, a lovely cover tackle from the Clontarf defender. And Belvedere are denied their second try. Jaden Beckett again. He's been everywhere the centre in the opening 10 minutes of this game. Opening 15 minutes, I should say. And Dylan Donlan under pressure here. But that won't scare him. Deeney. Safe. The maul edges them forward. Maybe looking for a penalty. But they take it out. And Connor Kelly puts it into touch. But Belvedere playing enterprising rugby at the moment. And this would be a statement victory if they could get it, but we're still very early in this game. Clontarf, they know how to win. MacDonald brings it down. Dowling has it at the back, takes it out, takes on the traffic. Here's Paddy Dowling, gets them into that 22. Will MacDonald is next. Lovely offloading from Belvedere. And there's space out here for Joe White. Steps inside, beats the touchline. And Belvedere, their tails are up. Eddie Reese, a lovely step from the big man. And they go out the back again. Here's Beckett. They're going to stay right. Wilkinson to Leonard to Meredith. Morgan Meredith can't get the offload away. McMahon, the bulldozer. A lovely tip on. Went backwards, says the referee. O'Sullivan. Can they find a second try? McMahon does well to hold on to that one. Clontarf's defence hoping to stay strong. Belvedere driving. Clontarf try and keep them up and win the scrum, and they've stolen it. And Conor Fahy kicks it away. And he just gets it to touch, and that's the main thing. But Belvedere looking very lively. A big crowd here at this game. Clontarf, they won the AIL last season in 2025, beating Cork Con in the final. They've made 3 out of the last 4 AIL finals, winning 2 of them, only losing to Ternier in 2023. Andy Wood worked in Belvedere College. The New Zealander, a great man, a great servant to the AIL. Ronan O'Sullivan juggles with that one, and Clontarf have it on their side now. Here's Soroka. Here's Bird. His brother Connell used to play here in Old Belvedere. Jordan Coughlin. Slow ball though for Clontarf. And they're going to have to kick it through Owens. Andre Ryan underneath that one. Can't take it cleanly. And it'll be a line out for Clontarf. Belvedere haven't actually lost a game in Ollie Campbell Park since last year. That coming in round 3 against Blackrock College, where they only were beaten by 1 point, 35-34. Kieran Mangan scored 2 tries on that day. But they've won 8 on the bounce since then. A real fortress, Ollie Campbell Park. Clontarf bounced back from that opening day defeat to St Mary's with victories over Lansdowne and Young Munster in round 2 and 3. This is a good set piece for them. A chance to launch something. They put on the squeeze. They roll, but the referee says go again. Of course, that Clontarf front row. Ivan Soroka, Dylan Donnellan. Dylan Donnellan made his Leinster debut 2 seasons ago in 2023, where he got 2 caps, and Ivan Soroka last season he got called in. So plenty of experience through the Clontarf big boys. Owens puts it in. Clontarf keep it in again. Kelly. Fullback O'Grady is put to ground. Coughlin gives them go forward. Peters brings them into the 22, but knocked on. And Belvedere get the scrum. And hear the Ollie Campbell Park roar. They like that one. About 20 minutes gone here, 21 minutes. 7-3 the score. Ryan McMahon getting his 3rd try of the season. And his 3rd home try of the season as well. Connor Kelly opened the scoring, making it 3-0 to Clontarf. And the matchup in the scrum today is quite fascinating. Callum Dowling, who has been one of the top performers in the AIL for 2 or 3 seasons now, against his opposite number, Dylan Donnellan, who many regard as the best player in the AIL. So a fascinating matchup. They both love scoring tries. Both vital to their team and both captains. O'Connor wants to get that out quickly. Wilkinson gets enough on that and brings them up to halfway, or just short of halfway. David Wilkinson looked really assured this season. Played a mixture of games for the first and the J1s last season. But he's looking full of confidence at the moment. The former Clongowes man. And Deeney does well. Kelly, Coleman, and Bird through the middle. And here's O'Grady. And he gets it to another O'Grady. And Clontarf making meters easily there. Fahy, the Leinster Academy man. Gilbert always pushes them forward. Coughlin is drilled low by Dowling. Clontarf using their big boys to good effect here. But Callum Dowling dislodges that ball from Donnellan's hand, but the referee says it's a scrum to Clontarf, and the Belvedere fans aren't happy with that one. Another set-piece opportunity for Clontarf. Interesting to see how easily both teams are making meters at the moment in attack. Both missing tackles through the middle. Jaden Beckett causing problems for Clontarf. But in similar fashion, Tyke Bird went through easily there, working Clontarf into the 22. A high pace game so far, high intensity. But you expect nothing less. As I always say, it's the best league in the world. Taking their time here, getting fuel on board. But can Clontarf convert this opportunity into points? They look to turn the screw at the scrum, and they get the penalty. An easy 3 if they want it. But they might go same again. But Conor Kelly, been told, put it into the corner. He puts it on a plate for Dylan Donnellan and the forwards. Eat away, he says. Soraka having a little whisper in the ear. Coughlin, the target this time. It's back there with Donnellan. Still going, still moving forward. And over they go, a classic Clontarf try. That's how they know to play rugby. Looks like it was Dylan Donnellan at the back of that maul. And Clontarf regained the lead. We've seen that so many times over the years. Clontarf executing at them all and coming up with a try. The kick just wide, a 1-point game here in Ollie Campbell Park. About 12 minutes left in this opening half. At least 12. How will Belvedere respond? (8-7) the score. O'Grady claims that one, gives it to Maher. On halfway now, Clontarf. Kelly, here's Griffin spinning. Coughlin, the big man, but Will MacDonald had his hands all over that one, and he wins Belvedere the penalty. Will MacDonald all over it. And Wilkinson will go down this left touchline. And a huge loss for Belvedere. It looks like their captain, Callum Dowling, is going to have to come off. And it must be serious because he's not a man that comes off just for nothing. And Luke McLaughlin comes in. An able replacement, an Irish under-20 last season. Eddie Reese gives it to McLaughlin for his first touch. Here comes the maul. Penalty advantage. And a good start for Luke McLaughlin. Wilkinson, same again. And they'll go back to work. Luke McLaughlin, his brother Hugo, is actually making his Leinster debut today at fullback. So a proud day for the McLaughlin family. After this game, he'll no doubt be making the journey to the Aviva Stadium to watch his older brother put on the blue shirt. Another solid line out. McLaughlin. They've transferred it. Still moving forward. Hungry for a score. But they use it now through O'Sullivan. And it's another penalty and cynical, maybe a yellow card here. A big decision for referee Sam Holt to make. I think it was Ivan Soroka who infringed there. His brother also playing for Leinster later on, Alex. Holt just having a little word with the two captains. Donlan says, "We're sorry, we won't do it again." The famous last words. And same again. Another clean take. McLaughlin at the back. Still going. Third time is the charm. Oh, Belvedere get over it. And it's their second try. And it's for the substitute, Luke McLaughlin. Some introduction for him. Anything you can do, we can do better. Say old Belvedere. Can Wilkinson make it 2 from 2? But that one just drifts away. 12-8 the score. Two very similar maul tries. Clontarf scoring through Dylan Donnellan, And Belvedere scoring through Luke McLaughlin. Clontarf go long with the restart. MacDonald. So often the receiver. O'Connor puts it high into the sky. Hit low by Paddy Dowling. Sean Gilbert has to act as scrum half. Beckett on top of that one. Free play, says the referee. Ball's there, but Clontarf get it away. Coughlin throws himself into the line. Griffin gets it to Fahy. But again, Clontarf gets smashed in the line, but here's Brian Deeney spinning. Maybe should have given the offload there, the big man. Kelly goes down a blind alley. Coughlin. Clontarf right on the doorstep now. Owens. Fahy tips it on. And there's the try. It's a penalty. It's not a try. I wasn't sure what way the referee was gesturing there. But Belvedere lived to fight another day. Conor Fahy seemed to tip it on there to Tyg Bird. But crisis averted for Belvedere. Helter-skelter stuff, really. Sam Holt has had to be on his toes today. A lot of big calls already in the first half. And Wilkinson clears the lines, gets them to touch. Darrow Dwyer on the bench today for Belvedere, in line to make his AIL debut if he gets on. Went to school in Gonzaga. Irish underage player. McLaughlin coming on seamlessly. Leonard steps, trucks it up. Gilbert making a nuisance of himself in there. Eddie Reese from a standing start. Nowhere to go here for Belvedere. The sky is the only option. Maher takes it down. Not long left to go here in the first half. Slow ball for Clontarf. Far from ideal. Ryan McMahon getting involved in the middle of it. Owens taking his time in no rush. Wilkinson, Danson. Eddie Reese waiting for this one. O'Connor. Both teams going to the box kick. And what a hit! Justin Leonard. But an illegal shot and a penalty to Clontarf. Justin Leonard lined them up and smashed the Clontarf man. And as I said earlier, there is no TMO here, so luckily for Justin Leonard, they're not going to get a second look at that one. So another big decision really coming up for Sam Holt. He's just consulting with his linesman here. A dangerous hit or a rugby collision? And it's a yellow card and 10 minutes in the bin for Justin Leonard. He apologises, says his goodbyes. And that's the last we'll see of him in the first half. Great to see the Clontarf player make it back to his feet as well. Safety first, as always. But one last chance for Clontarf to score before the half-time break. And they're going to Old Reliable, the line out. Belvedere need to hold them out here. Clontarf eager to get a score to put them back into the lead going into the half-time break. Will the momentum swing? Could this be a big moment? Here comes the maul. We've seen this before. Steady and slow at the moment, but Donnellan still has it. Still moving forward, but they're going to have to use it now. Kelly puts one in behind. Bird chasing it. Sits up for Conor Fahey. And a try. A bit of fortune. Conor Kelly knocked one in behind. It didn't quite sit up for Tyg Bird, but Conor Fahey, I should say, was there. He took it. And he scores the try to put Clontarf back into the lead, bouncing into the path of Conor Fahey. And another try for Clontarf, their second of the game. Started from the line-out set piece. And a simple 2 for Conor Kelly. And 15-12 the score at the halftime break. Clontarf may be fortunate to be ahead going into the break. 2 tries each. Belvedere scoring first through Ryan McMahon. Clontarf responded through Dylan Donnellan. Luke McLaughlin came on and he got a try at the maul to put Belvedere back into the lead. But just before the halftime break, Conor Fahey gives Clontarf the lead. And the Clash of the Champions, it's living up to the billing. 15-12 the score. We'll be back with you shortly for the second half. We're back for the second half here in Ollie Campbell Park. 15-12 the score, 2 tries each. Ryan McMahon and Luke McLaughlin for Belvedere, Dylan Donnellan and Conor Fahy for Clontarf. David Wilkinson to get us back underway. Belvedere, of course, if you were watching in the first half, they lost Callum Dowling in and around the 25th minute mark. But Luke McLaughlin stepped up, eager to prove his worth. A reliable replacement. Clontarf would have been the happier of the two sides at half time. Relatively lucky to be in the lead. But a bit of fortune for Conor Fahy ended in a try before the half-time break. And that one bounces away. Owens has to go back for it. And he gets it off the pitch. But Belvedere won't mind that. Right where they want to be to launch their first attack of the second half. Hugh Flood makes his way across. The former Bull takes it at the line out. McLaughlin gives it to the scrum half O'Connor. Beckett comes in. O'Connor not happy with something. Here's McWay. MacDonald makes a few extra yards. Flood. Belvedere looking for an early second half try. Ryan. Clontarf's defence shaping up well here. McMahon got one in the first half. MacDonald. Wilkinson switches it back inside to Beckett. McMahon takes it from the scrum half position. Eddie Reese teases the offload. Meredith knocks it in behind, but well dealt with. But they're literally on the doorstep, Belvedere. A line out to come and hit your target, and you're almost there. Just stopping the play. Looks like Dylan Donnellan's taking a knee. Can Clontarf keep them out? Luke McLaughlin has been great since coming in. Of course, Clontarf without Alex Usanoff today, who makes his Leinster debut. McLaughlin, can he find his dart? They take it down. First job done. McLaughlin looking for a second. It's been stopped just short of the line. And it's a penalty. Been brought down. Cynical maybe. What do they do here? Go quickly, take the tap. or go down the line again. Wilkinson swings the leg at it. McLaughlin. Finds Dowling. McLaughlin at the back. And Luke McLaughlin for his second. Or is it? No, it's not. A knock on the line. And a scrum to Clontarf. Luke McLaughlin looked primed for his second there. Peeled off and just lost it as he was going to ground. And heartbreaking for old Belvedere. You really have to take those chances, especially against a team like Clontarf. They don't give you a lot. So when they do, you have to score. And both teams had near misses today. And of course, Clontarf have to put in to the scrum now. And they get the penalty. And they get out of trouble, do the Bulls. Kelly puts it into touch. Plenty of games happening across the country today, across all 5 divisions. Bird goes to ground. They have numbers here. Here's Maher. Puts on the afterburners, but Jaden Beckett gets across and forces the knock on. And Jaden Beckett, when you need somebody to make a big tackle, Jaden Beckett, more often than not, is the man to do it for you. And just a quick look at the other scores happening across the country. 26-12 to Terranure against Nina Ormond. 15-12 here, of course. 21-14 Lansdowne lead away to Young Munster. Ballinhinch are 17-10 up away at Cork Con. And St Mary's going for 4 games unbeaten, 26-17 in the lead against UCD. So a brilliant start for Mark McHugh's Marys, who have beaten both these teams. Clontarf in round 1, Belvedere in the last round. MacDonald not waiting around, gets on his bike. Teetering offside there, Clontarf, but the referee doesn't think so. And Joe White and Justin Leonard. Speaking of high tackles, Justin Leonard is back from his 10 minutes on the naughty step. Also, looks like Thomas Connolly is in for U Flood. An attritional game here. Joe White. Another yellow. And just as Belvedere are back to the full 15, they lose a man again. Joe White this time. And into the corner, Clontarf go. Peters. Donlan joins the pack. Owens says keep it in for as long as you can. Still moving forward. They take it out through Coughlin. Here's Gilbert. Soft hands to Ben Griffin. Bird spots a bit of space, roams through, and Tig Bird. Connor Fahey got one earlier on, and now their number 12, Tig Bird, gets their third try, and Clontarf have all the momentum at the minute. All started with that yellow card for Joe White. Would have liked a second look at it. But Clontarf building up a bit of a lead now. Ten points in front. For Belvedere, this is a real test now. Can they work their way back into this game? Or will the Bulls pull away? Coughlin, the receiver, bats off the defender. Box kick. O'Connor, his opposite number, receives it. Connolly. O'Malley, I should say, rather. The new man this season came from UCD. Will MacDonald goes around the corner, brought to ground. And Clontarf coming illegally through the gate. Coughing up the penalty for Belvedere. Wilkinson will put this one into touch. And a score here would be massive for Belvedere. They need something to get the juices flowing again. The scoreline, probably not a fair reflection on the game so far. But Clontarf, they're champions for a reason. They know how to get it done. Dowling. McLaughlin joins. Eddie Reese comes in. Leonard tips it on to Beckett. Beckett gets through, finds Ryan. It's flying in the air. Beckett tidies up. O'Sullivan. They have to score now. Belvedere. McMahon, the bulldozer. Doesn't get much traction. Here's McDonald. Tarf looks set in defence, ready for what's to come. Can Belvedere find the key to unlock the defence, but they get the penalty. And here comes the Belvedere roar. They feel like they've been unfairly punished today, and they want the referee to target Clontarf in the same way. Sam Holt having a little word with Dylan Donnellan. But Dylan Donnellan, he's a smooth talker. They're going to play here. McWay with the scrum cap today. Slow ball. Dowling floats one over the top. Here's Ryan stepping back inside. They go left. O'Malley. Good counter ruck from Clontarf. But Belvedere still have it. O'Sullivan, a former AIL winner with Cork. Beckett again. Is he the man to get them going again? But Clontarf have hands on, and they win a huge penalty. Their defence never looked in trouble. They looked ready for the attack, and they get the penalty. And Ivan Soroka, is it Ivan Soroka? No, it's not actually. Jordan Coughlin, who's down. Tom Mulcair. Half ready to come on. He's kind of standing in no man's land. Can I go on? Can I not? But Tom Mulcair is coming in. And it's Eddie Reese who he's coming on for. Solid performance from Eddie Reese. Clontarf 1 try away from the bonus point. (22-12) the score. Heading towards the last quarter. Jim Peters, his day is done. Luke Brady comes on for him. Owens, with his fingertips on it, takes it out. Bird. The Clontarf attacking line springs to life. And here's Maher. Open road in front of him, steps back inside, finds it as winger, and Alex O'Grady gets the bonus point. And the Bulls get the bonus point. Winger to winger. Clontarf. Champagne rugby. And they're pulling away now. And another routine 2 for Conor Kelly. (29-12) the score. And there's a lot for Belvedere to do now. A 17-point margin. Ivan Soroka, he's going to take a rest. Tullow man Charlie Ward comes in. About 20 minutes left in this game. Joe White is back. Back to the full complement for Belvedere. Hanging up into the sky. Well brought down. Owens. Goes long to Meredith. McWay stretches his big legs. Wilkinson chips it over the top. The bounce doesn't go the way of Jaden Beckett. And a fair counter ruck and well stolen by Ronan O'Sullivan. That one's hanging. And Wilkinson gets back there, knocks one in behind. Joe White still chasing, but the touchline already has it. Clontarf already got the try bonus point. And now Thomas Connolly is in, and making his AIL debut is Dara O'Dwyer. Was in school in Gonzaga. His first taste of senior AIL rugby now, coming in for David Wilkinson. Ryan McMahon always puts in a big shift. Is coming off as well. That's a messy line out, but Owens dives on it. Clontarf happy just to slow it down now. They don't have to do anything. Carried back is the call from the Belvedere support. But the referee doesn't agree. Michael Maloney, former UCD man, goes in at scrum half for Clontarf. For Sam Owens. Leonard. But it's a penalty to Clontarf. I think it was Tyke Bird who got in over that ball. And it looks like the wind has just been knocked out of the Belvedere sail at the moment. Clontarf eager to get their third win on the bounce. Well contested at the line out. Belvedere win it back. O'Connor. Too much on it. O'Grady able to deal with it, but Leonard does well in defence. And another advantage for Clontarf. Free play. Maher works his way back inside. Clontarf flowing. Fahy bulls through. Still going, Conor Fahy. Maybe doesn't have the gas. Looking for support. And he finds Brian Deeney and Michael Maloney. That one was at his feet. And Belvedere get the ball back, but they're under all sorts of pressure at the moment. And O'Dwyer puts plenty on that. Too much by the looks of things, but it sits up. And Dara O'Dwyer, I heard he had a big boot before today, but that proves it. Clontarf with the goal line dropout. The zip kind of gone out of the game now. Clontarf in cruise control. Belvedere really have to do something special if they want any points from this game. Leonard. Meredith gets bundled up. Donlan coming through illegally. And finally, says the Belvedere crowd, the card comes out, and it's the captain, Dylan Donlan, who has been a naughty boy. And now Clontarf will have to spend the next 10 minutes with 14 men. And Belvedere have to throw caution to the wind. And Donlan blowing kisses. Last year's Irish Sevens captain as well, Brian Mullen, on the wing for Belvedere at the moment. They break away through O'Sullivan into that 22. They go left. O'Dwyer knocks it in behind, but well marshalled by the winger. But Belvedere, they're right on the edge. And Eddie Reese is coming back in. He doesn't like sitting on the sidelines. And of course now, Clontarf forced to bring their substitute hooker in, Declan Adamson, with Dylan Donlan in the bin. Belvedere only 2 tries away from the bonus point. Can they make something happen? McLaughlin doesn't move much off that, and Clontarf have actually stolen it. And now they've got room out here. Here they come. But again, Jaden Beckett getting across, making the tackle and winning the penalty. Jaden Beckett has been everywhere today for Belvedere. A constant shining light. Hasn't missed an AIL match since he joined here 3 years ago. And O'Dwyer knocks it back into that corner, this time the right corner. Can Belvedere make the most of the numerical advantage? Still about 10 minutes, plus maybe 1 or 2 left in this game. McLaughlin. Stalling them all. They're going to have to do something different here. Leonard backs himself. Shouts of a high tackle. I think that was fair enough. Beckett lining up, spinning around, and he went to put it out the back door, but nobody was there to take it. Ronan O'Sullivan a little bit behind the pass. The right idea, but they just couldn't execute. And it's just in those final passes, in those final moments for Belvedere, they haven't been able to capitalise. Clontarf deservingly in the lead, but the game has been a lot closer, especially in that first half, than the scoreline probably suggests. Clontarf, they're champions. They've got that killer instinct. They know how to score, they know how to punish teams, and they're showcasing that today in Ollie Campbell Park. Ollie Campbell himself, one of the North Side's finest sons. Definitely around here somewhere, watching the game. Michael Maloney to put this one in. The clock running down. At the moment, Belvedere have nothing. 0 points. And their 8-game winning streak here in Ollie Campbell Park looks like it's going to come to an end. Maher out on his wing. Does well to get it away to Maloney. O'Dwyer comes across. Tom Mulcair. Here's Connolly. O'Dwyer, Leonard. But Meredith knocks that one on. And just everything going wrong for Belvedere at the moment. Chasing the game, forcing passes. I'll just double check the other scores across the AIL for our listeners. Ternier 40 points to 12 in their opening home game of the season. Lansdowne 40-28 up against Young Munster. A great win on the road for Lansdowne, who have been struggling recently. Young Munster now still without a victory in 4 games. Cork Con are down 20-12 against Ballynahinch. Ballynahinch, a team that have been knocking on the door of the top 4 for 3 seasons now. Could this season be the year that they make their mark? And also St. Mary's, they're going to go 4 from 4. 33-17 up against UCD. Instonians 36-14 up against Wesley in 1B as well. A big result there. But the clock just ticking down. A difficult second half for Belvedere. They started well in the second half. They couldn't get the try. Luke McLaughlin was close, fingertips. But Clontarf have been in the driving seat ever since then. 29-12 the score. For these clubs next week, Belvedere make the journey to Limerick to play Young Munster. And Clontarf are at home against UCD. And then there's a break week. There's only 2 games in this block before a break. Bird combines with his centre, Fahy. Back to Bird. Gilbert finds his hooker on the short line. Maloney. Deeney. Kelly. Adamson. Kelly. Fahy. Clontarf want one more. And they get the penalty. Maloney wants to go quickly, but the referee Holt says, come back here. Now, coming into the equation is Alex Tilley. Tyg Bird is done for the day, scored a try. They drill that one low, doesn't find touch. Plenty on that again. Maher has to go back for it. Well chased. Puts pressure on the exit. And probably about 5 minutes left here in Ollie Campbell Park. Can Belvedere get a mere consolation try at the least? Finish with a flourish. Their second defeat of the season, second one in a row. Eddie Reese brings it down. O'Sullivan goes himself on the edge of the 22. O'Malley. O'Dwyer. O'Sullivan has to bring it to ground. No real options on that occasion. But again, Clontarf look comfortable. They don't look phased by this side-to-side Belvedere attack. And again, they're just forcing the passes, Belvedere. They're out of ideas. And they look like they're ready for the final whistle. It's been a tough day at the office in the second half. Things could have been oh so different if they got over with that Luke McLaughlin effort. But that's rugby. Those are the fine margins. And it will be the Bulls that are leaving Ollie Campbell Park with the 5 points. Maloney, free kick. Here's the fullback, Dylan O'Grady.
bursts through. They're in the 22 through Deeney. Here's Charlie Ward, the substitute. Fahy already has one. Tries to squeeze through the gap. Kelly to O'Grady, to Tilly. Has Maher on the outside. Uses Maher. And another try for Clontarf. The Bulls wreaking havoc in Ollie Campbell Park. The home winning streak is over. (34-12) the score. Our clock is red. Not too sure what the referee has it at, but this could be the last kick. The kick is missed, and we'll have one more play. 34-12 the score. The Bulls will be making the journey back to the north side with smiles on their faces. The league champions, winners here today, 3 on the bounce. They're just going to see it out now, Clontarf. Well, Maloney gives possession to Belvedere. O'Connor. Connolly tries to get to ground, does in the end. Went back, says the referee. O'Dwyer spots a bit of room, but he had an advantage. And a chance for Belvedere to finish the game strong. Here comes the line out. But well contested. Clontarf get up, but it's still on the Belvedere side. You can get at it, he says. Surely not long left here. And that's that. 34-12 the score. The Bulls win here in Ollie Campbell Park. 3 straight victories for Clontarf. Old Belvedere's home winning streak of 8 games comes to an end. Clontarf with the bonus point. A champion's performance in the second half. And for Belvedere, they move on to Young Munster next week in Limerick. Clontarf host UCD. They'll be back home against Lansdowne in 3 weeks' time. That's 2 defeats in a row now for Belvedere. They never said it was going to be easy, 1A life. But that's all from us here in OCP. Congratulations to Clontarf, 34-12 victors. We'll be back with you again in a few weeks.